original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we play your voicemails and read your emails and reviews if we have any. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And this is our episode.
Welcome to our podcast.
Do we have any
Reviews? We do. This is from Yugafusavagavbivt. Says, boy, yoing, beautiful purple horses and green xylophones. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. Love it. Love that.
Let's do some voicemails.
Yeah, let's do it. There's like something scratchy in my throat, but there's nothing helping.
Uh-oh. You got COVID.
I've already had COVID.
It's coming back for you.
Yeah, I got that comeback.
This message is for the web crawlers. Hello.
Ooh. Remix.
It's yeah, girl. It's nighttime. This is a bad idea. I'm gonna get so hyped up and stressed out. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I didn't sleep last night. Honestly, I'm amped up. I just got thrown off by the echo in the room. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Okay, so I didn't sleep last night because, I took a sleeping pill that, not a sleeping pill, it's like a cannabis pill.
Yeah, 420, blaze it.
Because whatever. My mom didn't like it, so I tried it. I didn't like it either. I didn't sleep. But anyway, I was up and freaking out about this whole Roe versus Wade thing getting overthrown and just being beside myself. And I had been joking to my boyfriend and being because he travels a lot for work, I was like, oh, if we have to move to Florida, not Florida, Texas,
yeah.
Where I could go hang out with my best friend Kelly, I would have to, become a member of the Satanic Temple, which I was honestly considering anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you did such a good job with your Satanism episode. But the reason I'm calling is because I wanted to request that maybe we revisit that topic and, focus more on the Satanic Temple and the work that they're doing today, because they do have the offensive fundraiser and they're also doing work to protect religious reproductive rights, which is awesome. So I posted on the Discord. I've signed up. I'm a member. So thank you, Melissa, for your inspiration.
Oh yeah, I saw your card
to join. And also now I feel, that my rights as a woman are protected in America in 2022 now that I am a member of the Satanic Temple. What a world we live in today. Yeah, and this is I'm stressed. Also, I was scrolling on TikTok tonight and saw someone say, if you are using a cycle tracking, I'm sorry. I didn't have a pill tonight, but I had a little cannabis chocolate on top with ice cream. Coconut fruit spread.
Wow.
And Thai banana fritters, all from Trader Joe's, not the weed chocolate. But oh man, is that my favorite dessert ever?
There's a part 2.
This message is for the web crawlers. I would get cut off. Well, I always do, but I would get cut off, talking about Trader Joe's. I've liked them for a while, but I've become more obsessed recently. Anyway, don't use cycle tracking apps online for on your phone. I have cycles, but I think they specifically called out Flow.
I think that's a little extreme.
Yeah, I read that.
God, it's so frustrating. It's I have issues with my cycles. I've been trying to be better about keeping track of it, and now I'm worried because they're don't use those apps because they're selling your info to the government, who's obviously up to no good, and we don't want them tracking our cycles because they're trying to restrict our rights to our own bodies, which is just fucked up. But also speaking of like about like religion and like religious freedom, like I called and this isn't relevant. I called and said, like, I was telling you a story about my coworker, and I had gotten confused, and I said she was religious, and she's not. She's just spiritual, which I just wanted to clear up. But I was just confused because when she was telling me that Lady Gaga was working for the Illuminati, she kept like pointing at the sky and saying Yahweh. Yahweh knows the truth. So
Interesting.
That's why I was confused. But that's not what I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you about my other coworker. Well, before I go off on there, I just, maybe we can reach out to Lucian again. Am I saying that right? Lucian?
Oh my God.
And like get him to speak on, you know, like what is going on.
That was so
with
embarrassing.
the temple, with the Satanic Temple. It's a great.
I wonder if I still have that
great
DM.
cause. I did a little more research last night. I'm really on board. Except for it says something about like they don't believe in supernatural, but like I also don't believe you have to fully subscribe to anything.
No.
And so I just prefer to ignore that part because like aliens exist. But anyway, okay. So update about my other coworkers. This is like just a different story I wanted to call and tell you about. I was trying to listen to the podcast at work and I couldn't because like it was my speakers like face the wall, so it just like reverberates. It's super loud. And I like turned it off because she came in my office and I was like, yeah, like haha, no, it's fine. Like I'm not gonna listen to that now anyway. And she was like, oh, what were you listening to? I'm like, I like true crime. And she's like, oh, I don't know anything about that, but I did know and met and knew John Wayne Gacy.
What?
What? You're just going to drop this on me at 11 on a Tuesday? So I was like, what?
Okay, there's one more part.
I just checked. Lucian must have deleted that message exchange between us. It's not on my DMs anymore. How rude.
Huge
right.
fan.
I didn't even, this is for the web crawlers. I didn't even hear myself get cut off that time. So
you just kept talking.
I don't know what you heard and what you didn't, but I'm going to hope that it was when I said that like my coworker like said she knew John Wayne Gacy and I was like,
yes.
What? Hi sis. Oh, say happy anniversary to Penelope. It's hi sis. It's her 2-year anniversary of becoming our baby today. So anyway, I was like, how did you know that you knew John Wayne Gacy? Because like she said she knew him while he was active. And I was like, bitch, what? And so she said, yeah, when she was in college, she was working at like a drugstore or a department store or something. And he was hired as a contractor to like remodel the store. And so she like had met him or knew him when he was like remodeling the store. And like there were some other people that she knew that like had said he was kind of weird. Like they were like, yeah, he's kind of weird. Like she also like thought he was weird. And I guess there was like an electrician or something that was supposed to do the job with him and was like, no, like because he saw that John Wayne Gacy was there and he had worked with him on a different job and he was a weirdo. So he was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And like, whatever, like she like told me that part of the story. And then she was like, yeah, the other crazy part was, she was a Girl Scout leader and she was like, yeah, a lot of the Girl Scouts in my troop had him as the clown at their birthday parties.
Oh no.
So that's insane. And I was like, so how did you like find out, like, how did you know? Cause like, did you like, God forbid, did you know someone that was like a victim? But she said that it like came out like 4 years after he was like remodeling the drugstore. She was like a Girl Scout leader. So holy fuck. That I just thought I would share because that blew my mind a little bit and I thought it was crazy. So thank you for listening to my nightly ramblings. I need to go to bed. But yes, maybe please update on the Satanic Temple and my coworker knew John Wayne Gacy. All right. Have some sweet dreams. I know I will. Love you. Bye.
Wow.
That is insane. I will say about the period apps is I think that that's a little bit of fear mongering. I don't think that the government is tracking our period.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
And people were like, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I use one, or I used to.
I use one. If you just think about like, yes, our stuff is tracked, but it's to like sell us a sofa that
for
the
advertisement.
algorithm thinks that like we would want. You know what I mean? Or like to show us
Yeah.
ads that you think that we would want. I don't think that like who at the government you think is like, if you think of like 50% of the population is female, think about how much data that is. Think about like how much tracking of your period that is. Think about like how your period is probably different like every month
mine's
and how that
different every
fluctuates.
month.
You know, and like who at the like if you think like what they're going to start a department at the government of
period
tracking.
tracking.
You know what I mean? Like there's so much
I mean,
data.
you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like like with the history of the government, you never know. But I think like
know.
I don't think that needs to be anyone's point of concern or waste
I
mental
wouldn't
energy
be
on that.
worried
Yeah,
about
like
that.
if you want to delete it by all means, but I don't
Sure.
think that is something that you need to worry about.
Yeah.
In my opinion, of
I
all
agree.
the things to worry about.
Yeah, that's just there's so many things to worry about.
Yeah, I don't. And also, like, what would they use with that data?
Yeah, would they be like, "Oh, you're pregnant and you had an abortion and you didn't tell us"?
Yeah, it's like your period.
You could be like,
app
"Oh, I
tracker
forgot
doesn't
to
track abortion." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You could be like, "Oh, I forgot to enter my period. I was
yeah,
never
like there's
pregnant."
no
Like,
culpability. There's nothing that can be. There's no evidence from your period tracker that can be gained. You know, it's
or is there
yeah.
tonight at 11?
At
Your
11,
period
yeah.
tracker.
Why your period tracker is going to send you to jail.
Okay, next message.
Hello.
Oh, Jeb.
Messages for the
Web crawlers.
Webcrawler. This here's Jeb.
Hello.
Hi,
How
Jeb.
are you?
Good, how are
hi,
you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I got to tell you, I'm on day 457. I'm looking for producer Maria. I've checked my semi-haunted forest. I've checked the pond. I've checked Chicago. I've checked where Craig's from. I got halfway to California, then I realized I forgot Maxie's heartworm pill, so we had a
Yeah, you gotta turn back. You gotta turn
and
back.
that was a good 18-hour drive.
Oh, yeah, you gotta
one
turn
way,
back.
so I lost some time there.
Yeah.
But we stopped at the Grand Canyon, and that was nice.
Oh, gorgeous.
That's nice.
I don't know. I done called every single one of my 37 cousins. I got them all out there. I gave them pictures
Good.
of her from one of her episodes of Drunken History.
Where she's wearing a mustache.
Yeah, I was gonna
Which
say, I hope she's
in
in.
retrospect, I don't think I should have done that because my relatives aren't too bright, and they're probably looking for some woman dressed in colonial.
She's a ghost.
But whatever. I got me and Maxie and my son, Little Jeb. We're all looking for her. I don't know who else is out there, but I'm telling y'all, I'm getting tired. I feel like I'm doing it all by myself.
Well, she was spotted in Burbank at
Yeah, she
Porto's.
All right, then. Again, if y'all hear from her or something, just shoot me a text message. Gas prices are crazy, and I'm just
That's
driving
true.
all over
Ain't
the
that the
country.
truth?
I even got people. I called up my ex-flatmate in London when I was college age. I used to live out there for a spell.
Oh.
He's looking in case she went overseas. I got my friend Satoru in Japan. He's outside of Tokyo. He got
Wow.
his friends looking for her.
You
Boots on the
got
We're
ground.
for
now,
sure,
as
yeah.
you would say, horrified and personified looking
Yes.
for producer Maria. Well, we're not going to give up hope. And God bless y'all. And this is old Jeb. And I'll talk to you soon. All right, then.
Wow, Jeb is doing
He's on
all
the case.
work.
He is on the case.
Maria's alive and well. We talk to Maria every day.
Every day. She is alive and well. She's just
She's
not
fine.
present on this podcast right now.
Hi, this is for Webcrawlers. So I just listened to the episode about
quantum physics and all that good stuff.
Oh, boy.
And I am actually a science teacher. I teach middle school
Oh,
physical
no.
science, so I'm not a physicist, but I know some stuff about science. And it's actually kind of funny because my kids always ask, like, the most ridiculous questions whenever I bring up
Kids say
anything
the
remotely
darndest
related to
things.
physics. And we had this little project
I'm
when I
scared.
first started on that basically because the multiverse thing could be true and there's multiple universes and anything could happen in those universes because there's infinite, many different ways that things can play out. They have put it upon themselves to try to prove to me that dinosaur fossils are just like leftovers of dinosaurs still existing in other universes or like other timelines, and that like dino nuggets in other timelines are like actual pieces of dino, and like little boys are so obsessed with dinosaurs because in other timelines, like there's actual dinosaurs roaming around, and like in our timeline, they just went extinct because of that meteor, but in other ones, maybe they didn't.
I buy
so I have used this opportunity to kind of have them look into research and stuff and like
listen to my
learn how to evaluate a resource and, see who's funding the research and all that good stuff. But yeah, so there's a class of 8th graders that are convinced that dinosaurs still exist out there somewhere. And there's clues to that in our culture now because we have such a fascination with dinosaurs. So yeah, science is kind of whatever you can support with evidence. That's what I tell my kids.
That's true.
I think anything could be possible, and all the things you brought up in the episode, they're probably not as outlandish as you probably think they are. It's just a matter of finding evidence or finding like a set of conditions where that could happen. So I don't think that you are too far off from being a scientist. You just probably aren't familiar with like how that's actually phrased and all that. But yeah, my 8th graders are working on becoming better scientists and are apparently searching for the lost dinosaurs of our timeline. Anyway,
that's fun.
Thank you so much for making an awesome podcast. Bye.
Well, you heard it here
We should
first.
turn that into a soundbite. You're probably not so far off from being a scientist.
I am a science teacher.
Yeah.
You're not far off.
June 9th is when Jurassic World Dominion comes out.
Oh.
The future of mankind hangs in the balance as humans and dinosaurs coexist following the destruction of Isla Nublar.
You know what I heard last night?
What?
This is about simulations.
Oh.
So one of Martin's friends, who I'm also friends with, he used to hang out with Elon Musk.
Oh, God.
Because Elon Musk was really obsessed with Nathan Fielder.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
And me and Martin, we have mutual friends with Nathan Fielder because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
And so he used to go over to Elon's house with Nathan Fielder, like just to hang out.
God,
like sometimes
that is
it'd be
funny.
like it'd be like parties sometimes, or just be like a small group
Game
of
night.
friends.
Yeah.
He said one time he was in the hot tub with Elon Musk, and Elon is for sure believes that we're living in a simulation.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think he's spoken openly about that we're living in a simulation.
He's like, he for sure believes that.
Yeah, 100%. I love the idea of Elon Musk being obsessed with Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, he's like so obsessed with him. And I'm like, that's funny because like I don't see Elon as having like that type of sense of humor.
Yeah. He was actually surprisingly good on SNL. Did you watch his SNL episode?
I did. Yeah. It was funnier than I thought.
Yeah, he was better than a lot of hosts who do that professionally.
Yeah. But I thought that was funny.
That's amazing.
That's funny. Okay, next message.
This message is for the web crawlers. This is Natalie. I just tried to leave a review, and it was really long and complicated, and I'm trying to see if I can see it, and it's not there.
Oh, no.
So I guess I just want to know if my review came through, because if not, I'm going to rewrite it. Guess I'll find out when this is played. Okay, bye.
It does take a while for when you write a review on Apple Podcasts. It does take like a few days for it to show up, so it doesn't show up instantly.
Yeah, so we will see, I guess. Yeah,
it's probably there. Okay, next message.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers.
That's us.
This is Shane from Rhode Island. So just a weird idea for an episode, maybe. And truthfully, it came from something I heard or saw or whatever from Joe Rogan, so it's probably not the best thing in the world because dude's a crackpot. A few years ago, he had Paul Stamets on, who's like this big mushroom guy, and they were talking about, mushrooms and how they have health benefits and all that.
Stinky penis mushroom?
To Joe Rogan really taking the whole, cuckoo pill.
Sure.
And at one point, Paul Stamets mentioned that there's it would sound like deep state stuff going on with portobello mushrooms.
What?
Apparently they can do something to your brain that's like negative. But I've never found any information online about it other than this one little blurb of like the mushroom guy saying that they could be bad. I'm not really sure if he was just like joking, trying to mess with Joe Rogan and like his viewers, which is totally possible. And
Yeah, probably,
because
isn't
like
he like
2+
you?
years. Or if it's real and there is some like sketchy backroom dealing, like keep the portobello mushrooms on the market, or we're gonna like fight you type stuff. Seems really weird. Seems like right up your guys' alley, especially with, like the McDonald's stuff you guys dove into. Hoping you decide to take a look into it because it's something that's racked my brain for years, and with my limited ability to research, I found absolutely nothing. I think it'd be really cool to hear you guys take on it. All right. Thanks. Bye.
So I just Googled portobello mushroom Joe Rogan. And on Reddit, it was this episode in 2018. Towards the end of Paul Stamets' podcast, Paul goes quiet and says his life could be in danger if he talks about portobello mushrooms.
What?
Essentially, they contain hydrazines called agaritines, which are carcinogenic, and you need to boil the shit out of them if you want to eat them. I also heard a theory. He was talking about the fact that hydrazine can be synthesized into rocket fuel, but I haven't found anything on that. And people are like, I don't think that's real.
Yeah, I haven't found anything. I've looked up QAnon portobello mushrooms and portobello mushrooms deep state, and I haven't found anything. So it seems
the only
like
search results are from this podcast episode.
It seems like it's just this guy.
Of course.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here's something. Hold on. A conspiracy theory that this is from Alex on Twitter at shitshow.info. A conspiracy theory that I believe, and I believe I'm the first to claim, is that the button and portobello mushroom industry in the United States is controlled by organized crime.
What?
But then he goes on to say, I have very little, if any, evidence to support this.
Right. There's a website called fixyourgut.com from 2017. Are raw portobello mushrooms dangerous? And it's from the Joe Rogan podcast with Paul Stamets. This might be his theory.
I think this is his theory, and he's just like...
I've eaten a lot of portobello mushrooms.
To that effect, though, these mushrooms were growing in my backyard, and they're the weirdest. They're the weirdest looking things I have ever seen. They look just like penises, and
How big are they?
They've got to be 4 inches high.
Because the picture you sent makes them look massive.
I mean, they're probably 4 to 5 inches high.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty big. They might be bigger.
Big.
Yeah, and I had no idea what they were, and then
Are they poisonous?
No, but I Googled and you did your little plant tracker, and they're called the stinky penis mushroom. And apparently they're edible, although I would not eat them whatsoever. And they're slimy and they smell bad.
Ew. Well, yeah.
Yeah, the stinky penis mushroom.
Checks out
that it would grow naturally in my backyard. It's crazy because they burst out of like hard dirt. Like they're strong. Like they burst through like rocks.
I know.
Yeah, they are. It's disgusting. I'll put a picture up on the Webcrawlers account. It is so crazy. I've never seen a mushroom like this in my life.
Yeah, those are not cool.
I'm gonna go on Joe Rogan and talk about the stinky penis mushroom.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a deep state issue.
The deep state stinky
penis mushroom.
Webcrawlers. This is Shane. Just called about weird mushroom things. Just to clarify, because I feel like I have to defend myself for bringing it up, I don't listen to Joe Rogan, like, at all. Somebody sent it to me because it was purely about the mushrooms. Dude's crazy. I wanted to clarify that so that you don't think you have an overlap with the Rogan show. He's awful. Really is. Yeah, just figured I'd say that. Now I'm one of these people who has to call in for a second time. Cool. Thank you.
To be expected.
Thank you for your disclaimer.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Okay, next message.
Hi, ladies. This is for Webcrawlers.
Hello.
Hello, James.
So I can't remember. You've talked about it in a couple episodes, but you ladies mentioned cybering and like texting your cringy online boyfriends way back in
The
the
replica?
MySpace days.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And that's before my time. I think.
Oh, you missed out.
I literally think that my little weird online stint era was literally right after that, because mine was on Kick. I don't know if you ladies know what Kick is.
Oh, I've heard of Kick.
It was essentially just this weird messaging app that you could use that all you needed to use for it was Wi-Fi. And you could talk to potentially
Is it like
anyone in the
WhatsApp?
world. And so me, as a little, small little queer child, I put myself in a group that I shouldn't have and chatted with people I shouldn't have on there. And I definitely do regret it. I guess there's just an era of that for every generation, because after Kick, it was definitely Snapchat. And we didn't call it cybering. But, I just wanted to share my version of that. Thanks, ladies. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, I've heard of Kick, K-I-K. I've never used it, but yeah, it seems like a WhatsApp type of thing.
That's funny. I'm actually downloading WhatsApp right now. I never got into Snapchat.
I didn't either. I had a Snapchat account, and I just never really.
I had one. Someone hacked into mine or tried to hack into mine.
I kept getting notifications that someone
from Jakarta.
Yeah. And then I deleted my account because I kept getting I just had to keep changing my password. I'm like, someone keeps hacking into my Snapchat
and I'm like,
account.
I don't have anything cool on here. I never did nudes or anything weird to people. I never did any of that.
My favorite video, which I'm sure you've seen. Do you remember when Chris D'Elia was on?
No. Oh God, what this loser
What
do?
podcast episode was it? It's a video. Theo.
Oh, they played it while he was on the podcast or something, right?
And they're talking about Snapchat, and he was like, well, you send videos and you delete the videos disappear, right? And they're like, oh no, not if you take screenshots or whatever. And he was like, so you can save them? They're like, yeah, you can save Snapchats. And in his face,
and he just looks so scared.
Oh.
Yes,
and
I
that was
totally
the moment
that.
where he died.
He's like, I'm fucked. Yeah. Oh my God, that was so funny. What a fucking loser.
And then all that shit came out about him. What a gross dude. I unfortunately went on a date with him.
That's not surprising.
2007.
He once DM'd me on Instagram, but he wasn't even following. Or maybe he was on Twitter. He DM'd me being like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
This was 11 or 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't respond because he wasn't following me and his DMs were closed. So I was like, okay. It was just so weird. And I had a boyfriend at the time who was best friends with his mutual friend.
Oh, weird.
So it was just a bizarre thing.
He's a
I
creep.
know a girl who went over to his house when
I've been to his house.
Yeah, and she was I think 19 or 18 when she went over. Yeah.
I was 23.
Yeah, I mean he definitely likes him young, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably 24, 23, 24 when he messaged me. Yeah.
Luckily, I think I made out with him, but like that was it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. You're weird.
Yeah.
Okay, next message.
Okay, I haven't heard the beep yet, so I'm just going to start. This is for web crawlers. This is James from Las Vegas. I know I just called yesterday, and you're probably sick of hearing from me.
Never.
No, never.
To continue my message about cybering, I was trying to pick up an Amazon package yesterday at an Amazon locker at Vons, and there were people there, and so then that shriveled up any old companies I had of continuing the conversation. So way back when I was like 15, I was using an app called Kik in order to send pictures. See, I stepped further than you ladies. I wasn't like lying and like just talking to people online. I was talking to people online as well as like sending pictures of myself. Ooh. Granted, I was also talking to other people who were also underage at the time, sometimes.
Or so they
I'm
say.
sure there were people who were not underage as well. Luckily, I didn't do it very often, and I didn't do it with a lot of people. Like, I had friends, like boys and girls, who, you know, did it with way more people and would, like, tell me about, like, all their, like, British boyfriends and stuff, and it was so weird.
Oh, my God.
But it was also, like, just the budding internet, you know, and just being a teenager on the internet and just looking for a connection, looking for someone else like you. Like, I remember just being gay, and there was, like, 2 other gay people at my school who were guys.
Yeah. That's crazy,
You know, and so if you weren't interested in them, you know, it was like, well, then who else do I have?
Yeah.
And there's no apps, you know, back then for dating.
Right.
I mean, there's no apps for underage people, which is good. They don't need apps. There was just this need to find a community, and Kik was a good way to do that. It was just tainted because it was, you know, illegal and bad. But yeah, so I wonder how every generation, you know, their relationship with doing that and finding people to be sexual with online.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I maybe it's just a, you know, thing that everyone eventually does.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it is, yeah.
Thank you. Love you, ladies. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Please stay safe. And la. Bye.
Yeah, like AOL chat rooms were for us.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Meeting strangers.
Yeah, I mean, like we were the Tinder generation too. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, I mean, our generation, I know the guy who like started Tinder. From like high school. Like, it's like we totally.
That's crazy.
I mean, we were born and bred on online connection.
Yeah, I met my husband on Raya.
I met my boyfriend on Tinder.
Hell yeah.
I've met almost all of my boyfriends. Have I ever met a boyfriend in real life?
I don't think I have. It's all been either
I don't
Twitter.
think, except for my high school boyfriend, I think I've literally met every partner on the internet or on an app.
Except for my high school boyfriend. It's all been when MySpace came out, I met a guy on MySpace.
Yes. Because I was actually just thinking that. I was like, oh, wait, what about that person in my 20s who like wasn't a boyfriend, but we dated? And I was like, no, that was MySpace. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, is that sad or is that just like par for the course?
No, I think that's just modern
is what it is.
Dating.
Yeah, people
It's just
like
a
don't go up to
quicker
each other.
I think it's more like streamlined because you know more about a person based on their profile. Like, you don't have to go on a date to like learn stuff. You're like, oh, they like this, and they like this. Like, I know I'll get along with them.
Yeah, because even the people I've dated who like we were in the same circle, like I connected with them via an app. Like, It's not like I like ran into them at a party and we started chatting. We like matched on an app and it's like, oh, we have like 40 people in common and we've like met before, but like, no, we matched on an app.
Person.
Yeah. And talk and go on a date. Yeah. I don't think I've ever met someone at a party and then they asked me on a date.
Yeah. I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Well, they're intimidated by beautiful girls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They have to think about what they're going to say and text it to me.
And text it to you, exactly.
Okay, next message.
Good morning. This message is for the web crawlers. I am just here, stuck in traffic on my way to work. I had nothing really to talk about, but I was bored and I had the jingle stuck in my head, so I decided to call in and say hello. And, also ask for you all to wish me luck. I'm a 6th grade teacher.
Ooh,
this school year has been crazy, to say the least. And I could use a little motivation to wrap up this school year.
You can do
without
it, girl.
Screaming. So, anyway, thanks for the show. I loved the last episode. It was really interesting. Unfortunately, I can't remember what it was about.
Us either.
So anyway, have a good day. Thanks for doing the show. Bye-bye. Honk, honk.
Teachers,
thank you for your service.
Heroes. Teachers are all heroes. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know either. And you push through to the end of the year. I mean, you are incredible.
It's
Your
June.
children benefit from you.
Yeah.
I was telling someone the other day that my starting salary when I was teaching, I was like a pull-out teacher. So like the kids would be sent to me for like the underperforming kids would be sent to me for like literacy and for math. My starting salary when I was teaching was the same that I made for doing a punch up on a script. So what I made as a teacher in an entire year was the exact was the same
$5,000 or something.
Yeah, I made like 12,000 or something, or it was like 11,000 or something as a teacher, and it was like more or less the same that I made for like a script rewrite.
That's insane.
It's so horrible how like we treat teachers, and
They
you
should
work
be
like
paid. So yeah, you work even though you have people are like, oh, you have summers off, but like you have to create lesson plans,
and you're setting up your classroom, like
constantly working.
You're taking seminars, and like you're it's not like you have the money to take those months off. Like you have to get another job, and like it's crazy, and like you're not working 8 to 3. Like I would get to school at like 6:30, and then I had an after school job too, like
you
doing
gotta
like
grade
tutoring.
Papers.
Yeah,
you
it's like
read all the shit.
Yeah, so we hear you, we see you, and we appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
If for next year you have like an Amazon wish list or something for your classroom, like email it to us and let us know. Any teachers,
email it to us. Any teachers
who listen to our
you need
podcast.
Crayons, you need pencils,
crayons.
You need crayons.
You need some crayons?
Okay, next message.
Hey, everybody. This is Corey from Des Moines. I'm calling in for web crawlers to tell you that, Allie, you did a fantastic job on your episode on multiple dimensions and all that good stuff the other day.
Wow.
And so don't be down on yourself for that. And
okay.
I've got 2 super short stories I wanted to share about times that I am absolutely convinced I slipped between dimensions.
Okay.
So one of them was when I was like in high school, and I was volunteering as a candy striper at a hospital.
Aww.
And I was doing my usual rounds, running errands for the doctors and nurses and stuff. And I got on the elevator to go down to a specific lab to drop off some stuff. And when the elevator opened, I was on the complete opposite side of the hospital somehow. And it was a pretty long hospital, so I mean, I would have noticed if I'd walked all the way down the hall.
Yeah.
And my brain just kind of did this thing where it couldn't understand what had just happened and what I was seeing around me. And so I'm convinced that was like a divergence of some kind where I slipped into a alternate dimension where I had gotten on an elevator at the wrong end of the hospital.
Well,
so
that
one
would freak me out.
Was like 30 years ago, but I still remember it. The other one happened just a couple of years ago. I got a new car, and when I picked it out, it was white. And I remember having a conversation with my wife because she likes red cars. But at that time, the but there wasn't a red car in that model available, and so we decided to go with the white one.
I actually kind of have a story
and
like this.
On some random day, I go out to the parking lot at work.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't quite remember where I'd parked.
No.
It wasn't exactly where I thought it was supposed to be, so I hit the beeper thing. And a red version of the car starts beeping. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I go over to the car, and I look inside, and it's my car. I mean, it's got all my stuff in the interior, and I open the door, and, like, it's literally my car, except it's now red.
What?
And this one makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Okay?
And I'd like to think it was, like, some sort of mental illness.
That happens in,
part.
like, The Shining Girls
But
in that TV
seriously,
show.
I literally, the car changed color at some point after we talked about how, we really wish it was red, but it's actually white. And so
be
that's
careful what you wish
so
for.
I've not car, and my wife prefers it. So according to her, it's always been red. But I know we had to pick out a white car because there was no red car.
There's a part 2.
Before you play it, in that show, The Shining Girls, with Elizabeth Moss, like what happens is like, it's kind of like a butterfly effect show. This isn't a spoiler because like there's a book about it. It's adapted from a book, but like every time something in the past changes, like her present changes. So one of the things is like, she's like always had like this white car, I think it was, or there's this certain kind of car. And then one day she goes out to her car and it's like a totally different car.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, what? And like, that's how she knows that like something in the past, like, has changed.
I don't like where this guy's story is going.
And this is Corey from Des Moines again. I got cut off, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for the show. Thank you for the great content that you're offering, and keep up the great work. And also, let Maria know that we really, really miss her. And if you happen to have any communication from her at any point, just say we want her to come back. Okay, you guys take care.
Loves Maria.
I know. I kind of have a story like that. It happened last night. Or 2 nights ago. I went to or 2 days ago. I went to my boyfriend's house, and I noticed that his house was black. And I swear to God, every other time I've been to his house, it was blue. I'm not joking. And I was like, and when I went inside, I was like, has your house always been black?
Oh, no.
And he was like, I know. I realized the other day it was black too. Like, I could have sworn it used to be blue. And I was like, I know. I always thought your house was blue too. And obviously it could have just been like a day versus night thing. And like a dark blue versus like black, gray. But like I swear to God, both of us were under the impression that his house was blue until like 3 days ago when we were like, whoa, your house is black. Like, that's crazy. And he's obviously there every day. Like, and I'm there pretty often. It was crazy. We were like, oh my God, your house is black. Like, how did we not notice this?
That happened to me with like a painting that we have in the house where I'm like, has this painting always been here? And Martin's like, yeah. And I'm like, I swear to God, I've never seen
it before. Yes, it's so...
It's been here for 6 years.
Wait, Melissa, this is crazy. I forgot to text you this. I opened that closet the other day, and guess what was in there on the shoe rack?
Shoes.
My basketball shoes.
Oh!
And I looked there. I looked everywhere. Like, of course I looked in the shoe rack on the closet. Like, of course I looked there a million times. And I've looked there.
That's weird.
I've looked there 1,000 times like a day because that's where I get my shoes every single day from. And they were never there.
Oh, that's creepy.
I opened it yesterday and I was like, I even bought a new pair of shoes because I could not find my basketball shoes anywhere. Like, I literally looked so many places. Like, I looked like in my car, like everywhere. And then I opened it yesterday and I was like, they're just there, like plain as day.
That's some evilness.
I know. It was insane. It was crazy.
Okay, last voicemail.
Wow, time flies.
Of the day.
Hey, web crawlers. I just want to say birds are real. Pigeons are not.
Oh.
Just wanted to clear that up for you guys.
Okay.
But also, talk about synchronicities. I was on my way to the bank yesterday. It was early in the morning, so there's no one in the parking lot except one car that is the exact same car as mine.
Is it red?
Yeah, seriously.
Same, everything same. It was so weird pulling into a parking lot and seeing that one car. And then as I'm pulling out, the same car, again, my same car, is pulling into the parking lot. So there's 3 of us in this same parking lot, like
Crazy.
Together at the same time. It was like that Spider-Man meme of us like pointing at each other.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then I go to pick up my daughter from school, and I was telling her like, "Whoa, I saw so many of my same cars." And then we get to a stop sign at the corner, and the 2 cars in front of me are my same cars.
Oh my God.
Where's Craig? We need him for these synchronicities. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Boing.
It is weird that the voicemail before this was about the same cars.
That is a weird, that is
Synchronicity
crazy.
Within a synchronicity.
Yeah, synchronicity. Well, guys, thank you so much for calling. I'm so glad everyone thinks that I am a scientist. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
So many compliments.
Also, if anyone knows why the Taco Bell near my house no longer serves a Mexican pizza, please call in and
was
let
that
me
only
know.
a
Limited
short
time
term thing?
But it does it near your house, right?
I'm pretty sure it's
Before we hang up on this episode, we gotta check. Maybe it just doesn't do the DoorDash near my house. Like maybe you have to actually go in and get it.
I
Is it off?
do not see it on the Taco Bell.
Maybe it was limited time. Or maybe so many people were DoorDashing it that they're like, no, you actually have to like just come in and get it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
That's fucked.
Wow.
That's straight up fucked. Well, if you're listening from Taco Bell or if you know anything about DoorDash, like please just let us know why you aren't DoorDashing the Taco Bell pizza.
Nope.
All right. Well, there goes
Gone forever.
Sorry. All right. Well, nothing to live for now. Okay. Well, I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stetson.
And thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.